And we say good morning to you. Welcome aboard. We are live again at Chick-Fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City. After taking a day off, we're back in the saddle, ready to go. We say good morning to you. Thanks for being with us. Show number 538. 538 of the Tom Total Sports Show, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink. Again, with sugar-free orange, sugar-free pink grapefruit. Had it the other day, and it is awesome. Also with lemon lime, pink grapefruit, root beer, pineapple, and white grape. And so we're here again at Chick-fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City. Tomorrow, Champion Chevrolet. And on Friday, we'll be at Phil's Dream Pit. It's Eastern Star Exeter of Interstate 26 will be there coming up on Friday to wrap up this week. So took the day off yesterday and had a good time. And so back in the saddle again today, live at Chick-fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City. Lined up, ready to go. Our guests would include Michael Bates. Will be here in a few minutes with the red, black, and blue 5K race coming up this Saturday morning. In fact, we're going to be there broadcasting as part of that at 7 o'clock on Saturday morning for a little while. The red, black, and blue 5K race being held in Jonesboro. We'll talk to him coming up in a few minutes. Tommy Johnson Jr., funny car driver. The drags are coming to town. Spring Nationals, and Tommy Johnson Jr. will be our guest live from Indiana. We'll check in with him on the phone, of course. Greg Salyer joins us with a Major League Baseball update. Lots going on in the bigs from yesterday and last night. And then also our buddy Dave Onge will join us as well, plus some other guests here live on the show at Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City. Today, of course, is Wednesday, June 14th. It is Flag Day 2017, so I hope if you are a patriotic person, and you should be, you will have a flag flying somewhere at your desk, at your office, in your home, or at your home, outside your home, even the flags you put on the side of your car. It is Flag Day 2017, so we need to be sure and wave that flag, let folks know that we love the United States of America. It is, after all, the greatest country in the world. On this day back in 1954, President Eisenhower signed a measure adding the phrase, "under God," to the Pledge of Allegiance. We appreciate that very much. Birthdays today. We got the big one, the obvious President Donald Trump having a birthday. 71 today. He's our birthday guy for the day. And again, Flag Day 2017. And again, on this day, President Eisenhower, back in 1954, added the phrase, "under God," to the Pledge of Allegiance. Eisenhower is one of my all-time favorite presidents. I think he did a lot for this country, and I don't think he always gets the credit he deserves for what he did for our country when he was president of the United States. So there you go. We always dedicate our show to the man who hung on the cross. We unashamedly tell you that. Today's verse is out of the book of Isaiah. "I will guide you always. I will satisfy your needs in a sun-scorched land and will strengthen your frame. You will be like a well-watered garden, like a spring whose waters never fail." There we go. I will guide you always. I will satisfy your needs in a sun-scorched land and will strengthen your frame. You will be like a well-watered garden, like a spring whose waters never fail. And that's the verse of the day to get us started here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, show number 538. We'll take a quick break. We'll come in and come right back and jump in, and we'll take a look at Major League Baseball, how things go last night, who played, who won, and give you the schedule for this Wednesday, June the 14th, Flag Day 2017. We'll have that for you coming up next year. Plus, at the top of the hour, we will give the winners, announce the winners, the 10 winners of tickets to the Spring Nationals at Thunder Valley coming up this coming Saturday. And we'll give those names, those 10 winners, and got some local names, got some out-of-town names. So we'll announce that for you coming up at the top of the hour. Our 10 winners won their tickets. We gave over $800 worth of tickets away thanks to Bristol Dragway. And so we'll announce those winners coming up again, as we said, at the top of the hour. Quick break. We'll take a look at Major League Baseball. We're live at Chick-fil-A. Again, don't forget you want to check out this brand new sandwich, the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich at your local Chick-fil-A. Of course, we're at the Crossings in North Johnson City. It is a grilled chicken with brown sugar and pepper blend bacon. The bacon is out of this world. It's like candy, as Connie says. The marketing director, Smokehouse Barbecue time. Again, it is the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich. It is out of this world. And then on the other side of the card, the Watermelon Mint Lemonade from Chick-fil-A. Watermelon Mint Lemonade. It is fresh squeezed Chick-fil-A lemonade mixed with natural watermelon and mint flavors. It also comes with diet lemonade as well. That is for a limited time, too, and it is very, very good. Love me some watermelon mint lemonade. Love watermelon anyway. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll take a look at Major League Baseball next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
D-minus At takeoff, an NHRA top fuel dragster braves the same intense G-forces as an astronaut leaving Cape Canaveral. For power that's out of this world, don't miss the NHRA Thunder Valley Nationals at Bristol Dragway. Tickets start at just $30 and every ticket is a pit pass. Witness the raw power of 10,000 horses June 16th through the 18th. Visit ThunderValleyChicks.com or call 423-BRISTOL.
It's raining savings at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. We have a massive selection of over 700 new Chevrolets to choose from, with 400 of them Silverados. Silverado Crew and Double Cab LTs, $11,000 off MSRP, 20% off 17 Equinox and Traverse LT, 15% off Silverado HD gas engine. Don't miss out on the best savings of the year to purchase a new Chevy. Saturday parts and service hours and shopping online 24/7. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-Fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game. Birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings. Everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the crossings in North Johnson City.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Back on the Tom Daly Sports Show. Thanks for being with us live at Chick-fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City on this Wednesday, Flag Day, 2017. Also, birthday boy today is our President, Donald Trump, with 71 candles on his birthday cake on this Wednesday, June 14th. Major League Baseball in no particular order last night. Cardinals shut out the Brewers 6-0. Again, the Cardinals now go 30-33 on the season. Brewers dropped to 34-32. Pittsburgh over the Rockies 5-2. Cole gets the win. Garrett Cole goes 7 innings of 3-hit baseball for the 5-2 win for the Pirates. Now 30-35. Rockies fall to 41-26 on the season. Andrew McCutchen goes deep with 2 home runs for the Pirates last night. Braves lose. The Washington Nationals got them 10-5. Again, Zimmerman goes deep for 2 long balls, his 18th and 19th of the season. For Washington, 10-5 the final. Braves fall to 28-36. R.A. Dickey to the loss for Atlanta. And again, Gott got the win. Again, Bravos are now 28-36 on the season. The Nationals improved to 39-25. Other finals, it was Tampa Bay over Toronto, 8-1. Again, Blue Jays now 3 over 500. I'm sorry, the Rays 3 over 500. Blue Jays stay 4 under, 31. I'm sorry, 2 under, 31-33. Can't add. Red Sox beat the Phillies 4-3. Again, winning pitcher Abad goes for the Red Sox. Abad, ABAD gets the win. And again, David Price, your starting pitcher, goes 6 innings of 4-hit baseball, struck out 6. So Price got a good solid outing for the Red Sox. They beat the Phillies 4-3. Cubs all over the Mets, 14-3. 14 runs, 15 hits for the Cubbies. John Lester gets a win. Again, he is now 4-4 on the season. Lester, 7 innings of 5-hit baseball. He struck out 10 for the Cubs. And again, Mets go down to yet another defeat. They're 5 under at 29-34. It was Arizona defeating Detroit 7-6. The Diamondbacks improved to 40-26 on the season. Tigers, Brad Auspus in trouble, the manager, 30-33 for the year. And also you have the Marlins over the Athletics 8-1. Marlins go to 28-35 on the season. The A's, a dismal 27-37, limited to 3 hits on 1 run. Marlins beat them 8-1 the final there. Other finals in Major League Baseball, no particular order. Dodgers beat the Indians 7-5. Clayton Kershaw did it again. He's now 9-2 on the season. Kershaw, 7 innings of 6-hit baseball, struck out 4, walked 2. Solid performance again. Kershaw picking up his 9th win of the season. Dodgers win 7-5. It was the Rangers cooling off the Astros 4-2. Astros best record in baseball at 44-22. Rangers a 500 team now at 32-32. Rangers win 4-2. It was the Twins. When I say all over the Mariners, I'm talking all over the Mariners. Twins beat them 20-7. Twins 20 runs, 28 hits. Rosario had not 1, not 2, but 3 home runs of the Twins. Had a heck of a night, needless to say. 5 RBIs, 3 home runs, and so Minnesota all over Seattle, 20-7 with 28 base hits. When we get Greg in here in a little while, that's got to be, I don't know, that's a record. That's a ton of base hits. 28 base hits. Minnesota all over Seattle. 20-7 the final there. White Sox beat the Orioles 6-1. Orioles continue to slide. They're now on the season. Baltimore 31-32. At one point they were leading the division in the East. They lose 6-1 last night, despite out hitting the White Sox 9-8. White Sox beat them 6-1. It was the Brewers defeating the Cardinals in Game 2 of that doubleheader. They split a pair. Brewers got the second game 8-5 over the Cardinals, and so Cardinals got the opener 6-0. And the Brewers get the nightcap 8-5. And then you have the Yankees, the Angels. Angels win it 3-2. 3 runs, 10 hits for the Angels. Yankees who fall to 38-24. 2 runs on 7 base hits in that ball game. And so then you have the Reds. God bless them. They can't play dead. They lose again. They've lost, 4 or 5 in a row. And so Cordero goes deep twice against Reds pitching. Padres beat them 6-2. Reds now 29-35 on the season. And the final game to tell you about, the Royals beat the Giants 8-1. And so the Royals improved to 29-34 on the season. And the Giants, again, continue to slide. They're 26-40 in 2017. Big League schedule goes like this. First off, in the National League, a couple of day games. You have Oakland and Miami. You have Cincinnati and San Diego. Kansas City will be in San Francisco. Atlanta, Toronto on the mound in Washington on a 4:05 first pitch. Tonight under the lights, Boston and Philadelphia. Colorado continues their series at Pittsburgh. Arizona, Detroit. The Cubbies in New York. The Dodgers in Cleveland. And Milwaukee will continue their series in St. Louis. In the American League, Yankees on the left coast against the Angels. Texas at Houston. Also tonight, you've got Seattle and Minnesota. Got to get better for the Mariners after being beat 20-7 with 28 base hits against their pitching staff. And that is just dismal. Baltimore at Chicago, the Dodgers and Cleveland, as we told you, Arizona, Detroit, Tampa Bay, Toronto, Boston and Philadelphia, and again the other games we told you about in the American League in the day games. So day games today: Oakland and Miami. Edison Volquez on the mound for the Marlins. We had that no-no a couple of outings back. You also have a day game: Kansas City at San Francisco. Also the Reds in San Diego, the getaway game. And as we said, the Atlanta Braves in Washington, 4:05 first pitch against Toronto, and Toronto, I should say, and the Braves against the Washington Nationals, 4:05 first pitch, and an afternoon affair in Washington, D.C. And that's a look again at Major League Baseball. We'll have more to say about it when Greg Salyer gets in here with our Major League Baseball update coming up at the top of the hour. We're live here again at Chick-Fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City. NCAA College World Series Baseball starts on Saturday. Double elimination from Ameritrade Park in Omaha, Nebraska. You have Cal State Fullerton and Oregon State in game one. Cal State Fullerton 39-22. Oregon State, the number one seed going in, 54-2 on the season, are the Oregon State baseball players. LSU, the Tigers, and the Florida State Seminoles in game two on Saturday. The LSU Bayou Bengals at 48-17, the Seminoles at 45-21. That's all on Saturday. On Sunday, Louisville, the Cardinals at 52-10, taking on the Aggies of Texas A&M, 41-21. Then the nightcap, you got the Florida Gators at 47-17 on the year, and Texas Christian TCU at 47-16 on the year. And that is a look again at the Final eight: Cal State Fullerton, Oregon State, the number one seed, LSU, Florida State, Louisville, Texas A&M, Texas Christian, and Florida. Somebody will come out of that eight being the best in college baseball. The double elimination tournament starts again, as we said, on Saturday from Omaha, Nebraska. Quick break. We'll come right back. Take a look at NASCAR. We're live here again. We're at Chick-Fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City on this Wednesday, Flag Day 2017. If you don't have a flag, please go purchase one and wave it proudly, the stars and stripes, as this the greatest country in the world still is, always will be, in my humble opinion, because my father fought for it, United States Marine Corps Semper Fi in World War II. So Flag Day 2014. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We're live at Chick-fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City on this Wednesday on show number 538 of the Tom Toa Sports Show.
At American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, show number 538. There is Jumping Jason Hodges. He is, look at him, his shirt's sweat. He's sweating. He's getting after it. Hot. That's good. He's working hard. Southern Lawns. Jumping Jason Hodges in there having lunch as we're here at Chick-Fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City. NASCAR, the series moves into Brooklyn, Michigan this weekend for the Firekeepers Casino 400. Defending champ of that race is Joey Logano. We'll talk to Pat Patterson coming up on Friday morning from Brooklyn, Michigan. We had Michael Hedrick on, of course. Mike Hedrick on Monday did a superb job, as always, recapping action at Pocono with, again, your first-time winner, Ryan Blaney. So everybody shifts now to the high banks in the very fast Brooklyn, Michigan Raceway. Firekeepers Casino 400. By the way, the countdown to the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race down to 66 days till we'll go racing at Bristol Motor Speedway. We'll talk more about the tickets, how you can get some discounted tickets at Food City coming up here in just a second. Here's your points. Martin Truex Jr. leads by a single point over Kyle Larson. Then comes Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott, Jimmy Johnson, Jamie McMurray, and Denny Hamlin, the top 10 right now in points, the Cup Series. Also the Xfinity Series in Brooklyn this weekend for the Michigan 250. The Xfinity points leader right now, Justin Allgaier, also very tight, a single-point lead over Elliott Sadler in the Xfinity Series. Then comes William Byron, Darrell Wallace Jr., Daniel Hemrick, Ryan Reed, Brennan Poole, Matt Tiff, Cole Custer, and Michael Annett are the top 10 in points right now. And again, only a single point separates 1 versus 2 in the Xfinity Series. Allgaier, again, with a 1-point lead over Elliott Sadler. In the Xfinity Series, Truex Jr. leads Kyle Larson by a single point in the Cup Series. And then the trucks will race this weekend as well. The trucks go to the Gateway 200 in Madison, Illinois. Truck Series top 10, Johnny Sauter, Christopher Bale, Matt Crafton, Chase Briscoe, Ben Rhodes, Ryan Truex, Grant Enfinger, Kaz Gralla, Timothy Peters, and Noah Gragson are the top 10 right now in points in the Camping World Truck Series as they again roll into Madison, Illinois for the race this weekend. 66 days away. Don't forget to stop by your local Food City. Again, for a limited time, save big on August race tickets at any and all Food Cities. The Friday night race, the Food City 300. Again, Dale Jr. will be in that race as well as the Cup Series. Adult tickets are $30. Again, general admission. They got a special designated seating area inside Bristol Motor Speedway for the Food City tickets. $30 for tickets for the Friday night race, the Food City 300. Kids get in free. Then on Saturday night, America's Night Race, you heard earlier, it is adult tickets, only $60 for an adult ticket. And again, kids get in for only $10 for the Cup Series. Again, the Bass Pro Shop NRA Night Race. Of course, you see the ball cap. That's coming up again on August the 19th. So, again, Friday night, adult tickets, $30 at Food City for the Food City 300, and on Saturday for the Bass Pro Shop NRA Night Race, adult tickets are $60. Kids tickets are $10. They're available for purchase at the front office at all Food Cities. And again, that's where you be ready to roll and get after it and have a big time, because it's not just another race, it's Bristol, baby. The Food City 300 on Friday night, August the 18th. On August 19th, the Bass Pro Shop NRA Night Race, and we're 66 days away from the Bass Pro Shop NRA Night Race. Coming up this weekend, we've got the NHRA Thunder Valley Nationals at Bristol Dragway. Coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to be joined by Tommy Johnson, live from Indiana. We're going to be talking to Johnson. Again, he'll be ready to go. He is one of the funny car drivers and does very well at Bristol. He'll join us coming up here in just a few minutes, and we're looking forward to talking to Tommy Johnson live from Indiana. A couple of notes coming out of the sports. Kind of cleaned up the sports desk here this afternoon or this morning. David Blackburn stepping down as the athletic director at UT Chattanooga, effective immediately. Blackburn left after 4 years to pursue other interests. Scott Altizer will be the interim athletic director. Remember, Blackburn was one of the front runners, allegedly, for the UT athletic director's job, did not get it, and so he has stepped away effective immediately. Altizer will be the interim athletic director during the search for a permanent replacement. The Moccasins won 13 Southern Conference regular season titles and 10 conference tournaments under David Blackburn, again, who steps away effective immediately as the athletic director for the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. Also coming up this weekend, the Carter County Hall of Fame. Again, 16 more inductees will be coming up on Saturday night at 5:30, the Tennessee College of Applied Technology in Elizabethton. Carter County Mayor Leon Humphrey will be the guest speaker. And again, here are the inductees coming up this weekend. Alphabetically, Tim Andrews in football at Hampton High, Tommy Arnett as a tennis player at Elizabethton, Hunter Bowers, four-time All-Watauga Conference player at Unaka, Doug Buckles, again, just a contributor and also the public address announcer for Unaka Rangers, Mark Bird in football at Cloudland, Brandy Campbell in basketball at Cloudland, Tony Church in Cloudland for basketball, Donald Enzer will be into the Carter County Hall of Fame this weekend from Unaka in basketball, Sonny Hunt, again, the public address announcer, what a great guy. Again, he has been the PA man for 38 years in Elizabethton, so he'll be going into the Carter County Hall of Fame this weekend. Ted Maxwell, again, Maxwell playing basketball at Happy Valley back in 1950. Nenny Norwood, basketball, track and field from Elizabethton. John Pansock in football from Elizabethton. Alice Peters, again, basketball at Hampton High School for the Lady Bulldogs. Tommy Sams, touchdown Tommy, again, 4-year run at Happy Valley. He's going in this weekend. Also Roger Trivet, track and field from Hampton. And Katie Williams Crowder to be exact, cross country at Happy Valley. So those 16 folks are going in to the Carter County Athletic Hall of Fame. That's going to be coming up again, as we said, on Saturday at 5:30, the Tennessee College of Applied Technology in Elizabethton. So congratulations to those 16 winners. We think that's pretty special. Good job. So that's what's going on there. We'll take a quick break. We'll come right back. We're live. Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll announce our winners. And that would be, again, the winners of the tickets for Thunder Valley Nationals this weekend. We got 10 winners, over $800 for the tickets we gave away, so very excited about that. And so that'll be coming up, as we said, at the top of the hour. Tomorrow we're going to be at Champion Chevrolet and the Bristol Highway Motor Mile. Don't forget, they're giving away a 2017 Sonic LS at the 4th of July fireworks at Freedom Hall in Johnson City, coming up on Tuesday, July the 4th, which is not that far away. So for more information, go to Pepsi-fireworks.com or go to the Champion Chevrolet website, and you can check it out. They're giving away over $17,000 car, brand spanking new, a 2017 Sonic LS, compliments of Champion Chevrolet at the 4th of July celebration at Freedom Hall in Johnson City on Tuesday, July the 4th. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. We're going to be joined, as promised, by Tommy Johnson Jr. He is the defending Bristol winner in the funny car category. He joins us live coming up next all the way from Indiana. He'll join us by phone next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Again, show number 538, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink with that brand new sugar-free orange and sugar-free pink grapefruit, located at all Food City. It's going to be hot today here in the upper 80s here in Northeast Tennessee. A great day to cool down with the energy drink of choice, Grip Energy Drink. They are awesome, and we appreciate them being our title sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At takeoff, an NHRA top fuel dragster braves the same intense G-forces as an astronaut leaving Cape Canaveral. For power that's out of this world, don't miss the NHRA Thunder Valley Nationals at Bristol Dragway. Tickets start at just $30, and every ticket is a pit pass. Witness the raw power of 10,000 horses, June 16th through the 18th. Visit ThunderValleyTix.com or call 423-BRISTOL.
It's raining savings at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. We have a massive selection of over 700 new Chevrolets to choose from, with 400 of them Silverados. Silverado Crew and Double Cab LTs, $11,000 off MSRP, 20% off 17 Equinox and Traverse LT, 15% off Silverado HD gas engine. Don't miss out on the best savings of the year to purchase a new Chevy. Saturday parts and service hours and shopping online 24/7. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we are live again at Chick-Fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City again on this beautiful, beautiful day. Love being here, of course, and let's go to the phonies there from, Tommy, you in Indiana? Is that where you are?
No, I'm actually in Tennessee. Just got here this morning.
Oh, you're here. You're in town. Awesome. So Tommy Johnson Jr. is with us, the driver of the Make-A-Wish Funny Car for Don Schumacher Racing and the defending Bristol winner in Funny Car. So let's talk about your season so far, 2017. How's it gone for you so far?
Well, it's full of ups and downs. We started off the season really strong, and we were able to win the race in Las Vegas. I think only the fourth event into the season, and things were really rolling. But we decided to do some experimenting. Since we've locked ourselves into the Traxxas shootout already, we want to try to prepare ourselves for the end of the year. The six race, countdown, and we wanted to make sure we were prepared for that. So we done some experimenting and put ourselves in a slump, in a hole, and didn't do too well. But we kind of come out of that there the last couple of races and headed back more towards how we're supposed to run and getting back on track. It seems like this time of the year, rolling to Bristol, and our team kind of turns the corner and things start going our way, and we start winning races and doing well. So I'm looking forward to this weekend, kind of get things going back the other direction.
We certainly hope so, because we love all the folks coming to Bristol. All the NHRA drivers are so easy to talk to and work with. And out of curiosity, how'd you get started? How did Tommy Johnson get into Funny Car and NHRA?
I didn't know any better. I grew up, my dad was racing at the time just on a sportsman level, and I spent every Saturday at a racetrack, and then knew that's what I wanted to do when I got older, and started when I was 8 years old, actually, drag racing motorcycles, little mini bikes, and then worked my way up the ladder, got into cars, and then went to alcohol funny car, Top Fuel, and then 1999, my family had our Top Fuel car. We sold that operation, and I became a hired driver, and first job was with Joe Gibbs in his funny car, and then on to Don Perdome and Kenny Bernstein, and now Don Schumacher. So it's been a good ride over the years.
We were talking off air about NASCAR, and of course they've got some problems. We know that, and they're trying to fix that, doing some different things to get more people in the stands. In your humble opinion, grade NHRA right now, A, B, C, or D. Where do you think the sport is as far as fans and the competitive part of it? And kind of give me a grade card of your sport right now, would you please?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'd say the sport in a whole right now is about A-. With things are going well. The new TV package with Fox and is a great added addition to our series, and just a better coverage, and it's getting it to a lot more new faces out there, and the competition, especially in funny car, that's an A+. The competition level has increased so much, and the record number. I mean, we went to a tracks last year, and every track we went to, we set a new track record, and the national ET record was reset, I think, 4 or 5 times throughout the season, and just the competition has been outstanding. And the last few races, I know we were in Epping, New Hampshire a couple weeks ago, and it was sold out on Saturday. And getting the new fans, the TV program, and just today's day and age, I think the general public is a kind of attention deficit. They want something new. The short attention span, and drag racing offers that. You got 2 cars, and in 4 seconds, it's an exciting race. Then here comes 2 more, and then when they're done, you come back to the pits and see the guys tear these things apart, and it's just all part of the show. And I think that attracts people, especially nowadays.
I think you're right, because everybody's trying to shorten everything. Baseball's trying to shorten the NBA. The NFL's going to cut back on the overtime period from 15 down to 10 minutes. So everybody's trying to shorten things because people's attention span is shorter. And I think you're right. NHRA plays into that perfectly. We're talking to Tommy Johnson Jr. on the phone. And, hey, I love the sponsor of your car, Make-A-Wish, the funny car. Love the Make-A-Wish program, and I'm sure you're pleased that you have those letters on the side of your vehicle for Make-A-Wish.
Yeah, absolutely. A private individual, she funds my team and then donates that space away to Make-A-Wish for free. And it's just been an outstanding program and raise awareness for Make-A-Wish. She wanted to give back and to help the kids. We have kids out at the events every Saturday, and to see them out with their family and having a good time and enjoying themselves with all they're going through. It's very nice and very flattering to have all them come out there and cheer on their car. And the one thing Terry says, it's not our car, it's their car, and to see them come out and cheer on the Make-A-Wish team, and when you have a bad day at the racetrack and you see what they're going through, it's not that bad a day after all. So it's definitely a very rewarding sponsorship.
Amen, brother. Preach it. That is awesome. We just think we have a bad day. We look around and go, you know what? At the end of the day, we're okay, because old Zig Ziglar used to say it best, somebody's always got it worse. And so Make-A-Wish, a fantastic organization. Tommy, you're coming into town defending the defending Bristol winner from a year ago in funny cars. You got a target on your back this weekend. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's been good. The last 2 out of 3 years we've won this. We won it in 2014 and last year. So I've even won Bristol back in 1987. So that's how long I've been coming down here and racing. So it's just been one of my favorite tracks. And when I'm sure everybody's aware when they come in this weekend, our competitors are going, they've won it the last 2 out of 3 years. We got to, we're going to be the car to beat, and hopefully we can live up to that. I'd love nothing more to go out there and win it 3 out of 4. So it'd be a good weekend. It's Father's Day weekend, and my dad's birthday Saturday, and he'll be here. So I haven't got him a present yet, so it'd be really nice to get that trophy. I wouldn't have to get him a present.
It's a whole lot better to be the hunted and the hunter, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I like it that way.
Absolutely.
Everybody's behind you when you're the hunted.
That's it. When you're out front, you're in that clean air, everybody's chasing you. It's great stuff. Tommy Johnson Jr., great interview, my friend. I wish you the very, very best. Thank you for taking the time, and good luck this weekend in Bristol, all right?
I appreciate it. Come on out and see you.
You got it. Great job. Tommy Johnson Jr., appreciate him very, very much. Excellent interview. Thank you, my friend. Again, the defending Bristol winner in the funny car. And again, coming up top of the hour, we've got 10 winners we're going to put on the screen and notify them that they have won $80 worth of tickets. We gave over $800 worth of tickets away, Bristol Dragway. And so we'll announce those winners coming up at the top of the hour. It's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. And Michael Bates is here. We're going to talk about the red, black, and blue race for Ian. He'll join us coming up next year. We're live at Chick-Fil-A with the watermelon mint lemonade. Again, it's fresh squeezed Chick-fil-A lemonade mixed with natural watermelon and mint flavors. And, it's also available in diet as well. So right there it is. Look, that just looks cool. Watermelon mint lemonade on the day that's going to reach the upper 80s here in Northeast Tennessee. Michael Bates joins us coming up next. We are live at Chick-fil-A, show number 538. They said it wouldn't last. We'll be right back. Our man is Michael Bates. We're going to be with him on Saturday morning. He's going to join us next year on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At takeoff, an NHRA top fuel dragster braves the same intense G-forces as an astronaut leaving Cape Canaveral. For power that's out of this world, don't miss the NHRA Thunder Valley Nationals at Bristol Dragway. Tickets start at just $30, and every ticket is a pit pass. Witness the raw power of 10,000 horses, June 16th through the 18th. Visit ThunderValleyChicks.com or call 423-BRISTOL.
It's raining savings at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. We have a massive selection of over 700 new Chevrolets to choose from, with 400 of them Silverados. Silverado Crew and Double Cab LTs, 11,000 off MSRP, 20% off 17 Equinox and Traverse LT, 15% off Silverado HD gas engine. Don't miss out on the best savings of the year to purchase a new Chevy. Saturday parts and service hours and shopping online 24/7. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology has just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
And I'm clicking now. We're both clicking. There is Michael Bates, Red, Black, and Blue for Ian Race. And good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. Doing well.
Yes.
Doing well.
Let's. She's not here. It was not in her contract to come today.
That's right.
We're going to try and get her tomorrow and let her come by and talk. But your Vacation Bible School is going great guns. Tell me about it.
Oh, it's going great. This is our 4th night coming up, and so far we've had 2 salvations, which is, we can stop right there and it's over. Done deal. That's a great job. But we're still going, keep praying for the Lord, get some more salvations. We've had, I think, 89 people there last night, and they're raising money for help kids feed food packets to those less fortunate than those, and so they're raising money for that too. And it's a great outreach and opportunity to learn more about God, learn more about His Son Jesus Christ, and put His words into practice and helping others.
257 if I cipher right. 7 plus 1 is 8 plus 9 is 17. Carry your 1. That's West Virginia math.
That's all right.
Don't want to take my boots off to count either 3 8s or 24 1. 257 kids and 2 salvations, and it's going to culminate with Wetlands Water Park on Friday night, right?
That's right. From 6 to 8, and all the families are invited who have their children go, and so it's rented out. It's going to have a great time.
There you go.
Great time.
That's all coming up in Vacation Bible School again at Trinity Baptist Church in Jonesboro, where Michael is the official title is?
Student Minister.
Student Minister, there you go. And they're doing great things. I'm going to let him talk. The reason we're here, of course, we're going to be there with him Saturday morning at the race, the Red, Black, and Blue for Ian Race, and we're going to be there broadcasting live. I want to do that to help the cause because I believe in this guy, and I believe in the little guy, Ian, and I believe in what they're doing to get the word out. But also I want him to talk because you're going to be in Panama City, Florida next week. Is that right?
Yeah, we leave next Thursday.
So tell me what's going on down there.
Well, it's a thing we've been doing about 12 years, and we ran out a facility down there next to Laguna Beach, and it's a camp facility. And so we bring our own cooks, our own kitchen staff, our own chaperones, and we lead the Bible studies, the devotions, we have entertainment. Lawton and Charlie and his wife will be doing our music for us that weekend and that whole week, and also team challenges, team building activities, outreach in Panama City and on the beach. So it's a great time. It's quick, fast, Thursday through Monday, but it's a blitzkrieg of fun and of God. That's what it is.
Name of the game, proclaiming the gospel in Panama City, Florida, right?
That's right.
And then you come back in July, you got it. I thought that was a mission trip. He said, no, that's just the camp. The mission trip's in July in Knoxville, right?
That's right. They're still working on getting all the details and all the money raised, and they'll just be out there doing backyard Bible studies, helping Vacation Bible School as the local churches there, and doing some small fix-ups, put it that way, during that time.
All that's coming up, just a little tease for Trinity, and then of course we'll get Brittany on to talk about the sports camp. That's something else they're doing. So some people say, well, in the summertime we just kind of shut things down and slow down or whatever, but these guys are on the move. I'm telling you, doing a great job at Trinity. Michael Bates, the red, black, and blue race for Ian coming up on Saturday morning. Again, it's here, and tell us about it.
It's here. It's a 10th year, but it's been moved. Most people actually have been getting some feedback. They're saying thank you to moving it to June 17th instead of November. So the weather's warmer. It's not so cold.
No.
And so we're going to have a good time. It's a little bit earlier. It used to start now, but it's starting at 8 o'clock this Saturday. Registration for late registration, you can still sign up even at 7 o'clock that morning. Now, you can't be guaranteed a shirt, but you're guaranteed to be able to run and get some your name put in for the gift and prize giveaways, and maybe you can win a trophy or a medal for how well you do a run or walk. And there's also a fun mile run that's inside the park area of Trinity Baptist Church. And so if they just want to people just want to do strollers and walk around for a mile, that's fine. But all the proceeds go to the Tennessee Hemophilia Bleeding Disorder Foundation.
Yeah,
that's
I want folks to understand that we're not raising money for Ian.
Nope.
Because Ian's medical expenses are covered through insurance. We're doing this to create, well, I'm not, he's doing it, I'm just helping promote it, but he is doing it to bring awareness to what's going on with his disease or this medical disorder.
Yes.
And how to educate people, right?
That's right. We had to be educated when we found out he was going to have it before he was born. And so we got trained and understanding that as he got older, we adjust with more training, and we saw the need to, they need some help. The community of hemophiliacs and bleeding disorders need help. And the one he has is mainly affects males. It's just one of those genetic disorders that affects boys and young men. And you're usually born with it, you just don't obtain it. It's just a genetic disorder. His DNA says, do not make factor 8. That's all it is. And so he needs infusions to give himself factor 8. And so just like last week, we had a little issue. He, as after we talked on the show with you last week, he started having some right leg pain and hip, knee, ankle, one whole leg. And so Mason had some bleeds in there. And so we gave him his factor on a Wednesday, a Thursday, a Friday, and a Saturday. And Sunday he was back in the swing of things, and not that he was getting close to be put in his wheelchair. We have a wheelchair for him when he does have those main bleeds to get him off of it, but he just relaxed a little bit in the home, and he's back in the swing of things. And just those doses. This is why we're doing the education, trying to find research for a cure. It was $2,000 a shot. $2,000, $4,000, $6,000, $8,000 went into a system in 4 days. And so imagine if you didn't have insurance, you wouldn't be doing it.
He'd be in trouble.
He would be in the hospital right now, getting it medically that way.
Right.
But that's why we're doing this race, is to help. Some of the proceeds go to St. Jude's. They do a big research. We got the other communities that do research, other units out there, and then the rest of it goes to education here locally at Tennessee to help get the word out of what this disease is and help parents and those affected with their children with it. So that's what we're doing.
We're talking to our buddy Michael Bates again with the red, black, and blue race for Ian coming up on Saturday. We're going to be there broadcasting live Saturday morning early, but it's still going to be well worth our time to get up and get over there to kind of promote this thing. You're going to have some folks in town that are with some of these organizations, so we're going to interview some of the runners. We'll probably have Brittany on, again, the children's director. We're going to have Michael on, of course. We're going to have some folks involved in this have been involved for the 9 years and to help promote their particular organization, right?
That's right. There'll be a credo there. There'll be actually the actual chapter of Tennessee Hemophilia Bleeding Disorder Foundation. The vice president and the president will be there. The board of directors will be there. But we had got a new president. He just contacted us yesterday, said he is excited to be here. He's coming from Vanderbilt. His wife is one of the doctors up there, so he's coming in to go to the Pigeon Forge exit to get most of the trip out of the way and then wake up Saturday morning and come on down and help support the race. So we'll get him on the show.
Absolutely. When everybody we can get on, it's going to be like a doctor's office, running them through, because here's my point. If we have one person that is educated about this, because unfortunately there's going to be more children born with this disease or this disorder, and so if they can kind of hit the ground running with some information, that's the name of the game, and also to bring awareness to what's happening, because what'd you say before, 22,000, is that right?
Yeah, I think it's the latest numbers I've seen, 22,000 in America.
Yeah, that's just in America, but still, we want to get the word out there so folks like the Bates that deal with this on a daily basis. Ian, I'm going to ask a goofy question, because some situations kids can outgrow. Is this something it can go away, or it's just there?
That's a common question. It is always asked, and we don't get tired of answering it. We just say, nope,
no,
it's forever, until his DNA and genetic just says, okay, switch it on. Now that's what the cure they're looking for is working with these molecules to see if they can trick the system into producing it somewhere else in the body. But, that's just something they're working on.
So when he gets hitched and gets married and has his own kids, can it skip?
Well, here's the good news. Whoever is affected with this strain that he has, severe hemophilia A, he doesn't give it. All right, he doesn't give it to a next son or child, but the daughters could be a carrier. Any females could be a carrier, and so my wife's dad was a hemophiliac and found out that she was a carrier, but it was a 50-50 chance if anybody would have it. So that's how Ian got it.
Yeah. So let's see. My head's spinning out.
That's all right.
Ian's granddaughter could be a possibility, right?
And his daughter might be carrier. You just don't know. It's just one of those maybe. Depends on which genetic dumps where. So,
right?
That's right.
So coming up on Saturday, there's a race and there's also a walk. So again, tell us how we, even 3 days out, we can still get signed up and ready to go.
Online registration is open until Friday at noon. You can go to runtricities.org and see the link there. And the link we have there is activerun.com. And then there's another place we trying to see which one does the best. We have raceentry.com. Those are both online. Now, if you want to print off a form and just bring it with you, because it's probably too late to mail it now, you can go to runtricities.org and there is a print off. Or just show up Saturday morning and sign up.
Sure. Trinity Baptist Church, easy to find if you're coming down. If you're coming from Johnson City, right there at the stoplight before Lowe's, hang a right, and there it is. If you're coming up from Jonesboro from that direction, the obvious, get to that light and hang a left and go out there about 1,000 yards, and there it is. So there's plenty of signage too, right? People know where it's at.
Yep. We'll have extra signage out there for that Saturday, but they're little race signs. They're red, white, and blue, and they say "Race for N." So you'll see them.
I've seen them all over the place. I don't know who's putting them out. They're doing a good job getting the word out. So in closing here, it's moved from November to June. 10-year anniversary, so anytime you move something, there's a little bit of a transition. So we're hoping if you could wave the magic wand, how many folks would you like to see out there? Do you feel like it'll be
I'm shooting low, but I would love to see 150 at least there. That'd be great.
We'll pray it up. The folks will come out there. If they can't run, just walk. And if they can't walk, just come out and try and win the door prizes, right?
Or just sign up. Yep.
Sign up.
You don't have to even show up. We will contact you and say you won something.
You won something. I know we're giving away some oil changes. Got some race tickets to Bristol we're going to be giving away. What are some of the other things?
I was talking to my wife about that a while ago. There's some gift cards. There's some Walmart cards. There's movie cards. I think there was a massage in there for the Carnegie. That's a good one. And there's a lot of crafts that people's made, blankets and wreaths and things of that nature, and some sporting wear. Some headphones, stuff like that. Lots of stuff people donate.
If you're a redneck out there, I think we're all, by admission, redneck. Who does not want to win a Walmart gift card? I mean, really?
There you go.
That's a redneck's paradise right there. A Walmart gift cards. Lots of good stuff. So if you don't want to run, don't want to walk, just sign up on the internet and put your name in the running. And if you don't, as he said, if you're not there, you still win stuff. I mean, that's a no-brainer. In-state, out-of-state, wherever you are, if you win, you win. And what's the website again to get registered?
They go to 3 places. One, runtricities.org as the main ones. You also go to active.com, runactive.com, and just look for the Race for N. It'll come up. Or you can go to raceentry.com, red, black, and blue Race for N. It'll pop up there and have all the links to sign up.
RunTriTheCities.com. You can get it right there, right? That's where you can sign up.
That is right there, too.
That's the easiest one.
That's the easiest one.
RunTriCities.com. That's simple. Good luck. I can't do it. I can't register because I'd like to win a Walmart gift card, redneck Walmart gift card. So, good stuff. Let me tell you what, these guys do an excellent job down there. They have really something going on all the time. Music's awesome. They just do a great job down at Trinity Baptist Church. And so that's where it's going to be on Saturday morning, the red, black, and blue for N race. Go to runtricities.com. You hungry?
I think I am.
Feed them. Feed them. Get them over there and feed them. And we'll talk
and
about Saturday
I'll have to
morning.
change it. I made a boo-boo. Runtricities.org. I said, I don't think that sounds right. I've said it so much, I've tricked myself.
RunTriCities.org. That's where you got to get signed up. RunTriCities.org. All right. See you tonight.
Yes, sir. We'll be down there.
We'll be there ready for Bible. These kids love the Bible school there, I can tell you that. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're live at Chick-Fil-A. It's lunchtime. Ooh, yeah, it's hopping. But they move them in, move them out here at Chick-Fil-A, the crossing in Johnson City. Show number 538. They said it wouldn't last. We'll be right back after this on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447. If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we're live again at Chick-Fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City. Got to try it. You have got to try this sandwich. It is the Smokehouse. Let me get up there. The Smokehouse bacon or Smokehouse barbecue bacon sandwich. Grilled chicken with brown sugar and pepper blend bacon. Connie says the bacon's like candy. Topped with Colby Jack cheese, Smokehouse barbecue sauce, served on a toasted sweet yeast bun. Available for a limited time. Then there's a Champion Chevrolet. We're going to be over there tomorrow. 2 Champion Chevrolets. Oh, yeah. Come every week with, who's the one up? David Harrison. Yeah. Yeah. Couple of boys from Champion Chevrolet. Look right there. You guys giving away, July 4th, giving away a car up at 4th of July. What's your first name? Leland and Joseph. There's a couple of hard-working guys from Champion Chevrolet. Like the hair, by the way, and the beard. Don't cut it. Let it go, bro. You know what? Well, that's okay. You can always start and grow it long, brother. Grow it long. That's it. It's a good thing. So we're live here again at Chick-fil-A, and we'll be there tomorrow at Champion Chevrolet. Then on Friday, we'll be at Phil's Dream Pit. Quest for Perfect Barbecue will be there, broadcasting live on Thursday. We are going to tell you, and we're very excited about this. We gave away $800 worth of tickets to the Thunder Valley Nationals coming up. We was in a contest where we wanted you to qualify, and you did. Had well over 220-some entries from 11 different states. So in no particular order, here are the winners. You're going to be notified later on today by email that you gave us. And so, where is it? It is right here. So here we go. Here's our 10 winners. These are winning a pair of tickets to go to Thunder Valley Nationals coming up on Saturday at Bristol Dragway. These are grandstand with pit passes rolled right in. All the passes are pit passes, so get down and press the flesh. So here we go. Here's our winners. Our 10 winners go as follows. Eric Castle from Pikeville, Kentucky. Karen Ingram from here in East Tennessee. Mary Markham, couldn't figure out her area code, but Mary Markham's a winner. Tony Marshall from East Tennessee. Jordan Nelson wins from East Tennessee. Alicia Phelps has won. Johnny Phillips has won. Let's see. Amber Smith from Western North Carolina's in. Caitlin Sturgill from West Virginia's won. And Greg Taylor's won. So there you have it. There's your 10 winners. Eric Castle, Karen Ingram, Mary Markham, Tony Marshall, Jordan Nelson, Alicia Phelps, Johnny Phillips, Amber Smith, Caitlin Sturgill, and Greg Taylor. So, and there you see, we're going to send you through your email instructions how to get your tickets at Bristol Dragway. So congratulations to these winners, and you'll be notified here this afternoon via email. So again, Eric Castle from Pikeville, Kentucky. Karen Ingram, Mary Markham, Tony Marshall, Jordan Nelson, Alicia Phelps, Johnny Phillips, Amber Smith from Western North Carolina area code, and then also Caitlin Sturgill from the hills of West Virginia, and Greg Taylor are the winners for the NHRA tickets. We're going to be giving away tickets to the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race coming up August the 19th, of course, and there's the hat. And so we're looking forward to hanging out and doing that. So, Jeremiah Clark's email already said. Jeremiah says, Tom, just do the show. Just do the show. I got you. So congratulations to our 10 winners. And, again, we got some other things to give away as well. Let's see what Jeremiah tells me again here. Jeremiah's email sent at 12 o'clock. The guys, what would I do without Jeremiah Clark? I'm being serious. And he always just shrugs it off. But I'm telling you, if you want somebody to take care of you, Appalachian Digital will take care of you. I'm telling you, they're awesome. So I get back and contest is done, winners are notified, emails are sent out. His famous words are, just do the show. There you go. Just do it, Tom. I got you covered. Thank the Lord for Jeremiah Clark and Michael Smith. Eric Castle, Karen Ingram, Mary Markham, Tony Marshall, Jordan Nelson, Alicia Phelps, Johnny Phillips, Amber Smith, Caitlin Sturgill, and Greg Taylor are your winners for the NHRA Thunder Valley Nationals. So, again, congratulations to those folks. And Emails went out at 12 o'clock, and so were the instructions on how to get what you need to get to be there ready to go on Saturday at Bristol Dragway. So good stuff, and congratulations to those winners. And thank you again, sincerely, for all the interest. And we got more tickets to be given away for the Circle Track, the Bass Pro Shop NRA Night Race, and also the Food City 300. And also, we got something else going to be coming up with next week. Think you'll like it. It's a theme park we'll be giving away tickets to. Yeah, think you're going to like that. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're live here. Oh, nope. Before we go to the break, I want to talk about Food City. Sale papers out this week. Our great sponsor at Food City, and we'll be back in Food City next Friday. And so here are the specials for Food City this week. Brand spanking new sale paper out, and it goes as follows. Gourmet burgers, only $2 each. Celebrate Dad's big day with Father's Day with gourmet burgers, only $2 a piece. 12 delicious varieties available in the meat department. And the bacon burger, got that, of course. So we'll talk more about that. We'll get the 12 different gourmet burgers, only $2 each for Father's Day weekend. Buy one, get one free this week. You've got Kern's Texas toast or Kern's buns, hamburger, hot dog, buy one, get one free. Sweet pineapples, whole or cord, buy one, get one free. Deli slices or cubes of cheese, Food Club American Singles. Deli slices or cubes, buy one, get one free. Lay's potato chips for Father's Day weekend, buy one, get one free. And Kern's buns, buy one, get one free. Also, you've got the Pepsi products, 24-pack, 12-ounce cans, 2 for $10, $5 a cube. That's Diet Dew, Mountain Dew, Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, Diet Dr. Pepper. Again, buy 2, save more, 2 for $10 for Father's Day weekend. Also, Gatorade, 8-pack of 20-ounce bottles, 2 for $9. Also, out of the meat department, you've got the Food City Fresh 85% lean ground round, $3.99 per pound for 3 pounds or more. Also, you got coming up, let's see, any other specials? All kinds of specials at Food City, one of our great sponsors. Let's see here. For Father's Day, decorated message cake out of the Bakery Deli for $8.99, a 12-inch decorated message cookie for $8.99, a single layer cake for $6.99, and so those are available. Again, some of the specials this week at your local Food City, and that sale paper starts today, runs through Tuesday of next week. So congratulations and some great specials. One more time, let's say congratulations to our winners when we go to the break. Got Greg Salyer coming up. He's running a little bit late because of Noah. No, I'm just teasing Noah. You're welcome. Thank you. You guys out the door. Eric Castle, Karen Ingram, Mary Markham, Tony Marshall, Jordan Nelson, Alicia Phelps, Johnny Phillips, Amber Smith, Caitlin Sturgill, and Greg Taylor are your winners from the NHRA tickets. Again, $80 for the tickets to each one of those winners. And, of course, it'll be for Saturday, all-day Saturday racing, again at Bristol Dragway at Thunder Valley. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We're live here again. We are with you on this Wednesday, June the 14th, Flag Day and President's Day, and also the birthday of our President, Donald Trump, having a birthday today. President Trump is 71 years young today on this Wednesday, June the 14th. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're live at Chick-Fil-A on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear, such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447. If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We are live again at Chick-Fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City. Lunchtime is here, and it's going good. You got to try the peach milkshake. If you haven't ever had the peach milkshake, you can't go wrong with the peach milkshake, and you can't go wrong with the watermelon mint lemonade, too. That's the new summertime special. Again, it just looks cool. Fresh squeezed Chick-fil-A lemonade mixed with natural watermelon and mint flavors. It is awesome. Again, and also comes in diet lemonade. And then, of course, the sandwich we've been talking about. And you can't go wrong with that either. That is the Smokehouse barbecue bacon sandwich, grilled Chick-fil-A grilled chicken with brown sugar and pepper blend bacon, topped with Colby Jack cheese and Smokehouse barbecue sauce, served on a toasted sweet yeast bun for a limited time. Got to check it out, the Smokehouse barbecue sandwich, again, here at your local Food City. All right. Or not the local Food City, local Chick-fil-A. Food City tickets for the Food City 300. Adult tickets are $30 at all Food Cities for a limited time. So big on the August race tickets. The Food City 300. Dale Earnhardt Jr. will be in the field for the final time of the Food City 300, and or I should say the final time of the Cup race. He will be in the Food City 300 field as well. Again, tickets for those are $30. Kids get in free. And then also you have for the Bass Pro Shop, there's the hat, the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race. You've got adult tickets $60 and kids tickets are only $10 at all Food Cities. And again, tickets available for purchase at the Food City front office at all Food Cities, over 120 Food Cities across 4 states. And so can't beat it. $30 tickets at Food City for the Food City 300 and only $60 tickets for adults and $10 tickets for kids for the America's Night Race, the Bass Pro Shop NRA Night Race. So there you go. That's what's coming up. And so that's for a limited time, and it's available at all front offices at all Food Cities. So there you go. College football. Jonathan Crompton. Here's a story by Crompton, the former Tennessee quarterback. Jonathan Crompton saying a faction of all fans who allegedly threatened him and his family during his time in Knoxville. Not a whole lot of love lost between former Tennessee quarterback Jonathan Crompton and a faction of all fans. Speaking with the Chattanooga Times Free Press at a football camp, Crompton recalled the vicious treatment he and his family received while he was playing for the team. In short, it left him with a bad taste that's been tough to shake. Crompton says, quote, I've only been back to Tennessee twice for games since I left. Animosity is probably the best word for how I felt for a long time. I know it wasn't the majority of the fans, but there was enough examples that it really left a bad taste in my mouth. And I don't want to have that bad taste towards my alma mater anymore. I really don't. I could take it if they just said things to me, but because they would yell things at my family, I developed a genuine dislike for that place. I'm not sure how to fix that, but there are so many people still there that I love and respect and would love to see. Crompton played for Tennessee between 2006 and 2009. A tough time for Tennessee football. It suffered through the painful end of Philip Fulmer's era and the one-year circus that was the Lane Kiffin era. Plenty of bad vibes to go around during that time. One evening after a loss, the ex-quarterback recalled to the paper that a unknown Tennessee fan, you're the reason he's late. Unknown Tennessee fan told Crompton's mother that he wished Jonathan and his entire family would die in a car crash. Isn't that great? That's great. That's class.
Oh, my goodness.
One evening after a loss, the ex-quarterback recalled to the paper that an unknown Tennessee fan told his mom that he wished Jonathan and his entire family would die in a car crash. Needless to say, that's why Jonathan Crompton didn't have much love lost for the Tennessee ball football program. Can't say that I blame him, really. If that's, I don't think the guy would lie, but anyway, that's what's going on. And so, Jonathan Crompton, not a big fan of Tennessee football, and understand so. We're here live. There he is. There's his. Blame it on Noah.
I made it.
Yeah, made it. You must have been flying.
No, not too bad.
Noah's going, yeah.
Not too bad.
Yeah, Noah's shaking his head like, had the pedal to the metal. Greg Sauer's here with us. Just a few minutes late. Dave Angie joins us coming up in a little while. So let's jump in there and go.
Yeah. All-Star voting. Let's talk about All-Star voting
Here
for
we
just
go.
a minute. And then we'll talk about the draft. But let's talk about All-Star voting. It's interesting. I highlighted the guys that I've been voting for. I made a list of the top guys and thought I'd highlight the ones that I've been voting for. And my guys are doing pretty well. You know, in the National League, Buster Posey's leading at catcher. Ryan Zimmerman's leading at first base. Daniel Murphy at second base. My third baseman's third right now. I'm kind of hoping that Justin Turner will get the starting nod there. I mean, the guy's hitting like 380. So, when a guy's hitting 380, I don't care if he only has 2 home runs. He needs to start the All-Star game.
You got to find a spot for him.
Yeah, you do. I mean, and at shortstop, Zach Cozart is definitely the guy. He is now in the lead. So that's, if you compare the numbers, I'm a Reds fan, but if you compare the numbers, Zach Cozart numerically with every stat is the guy that should be starting the All-Star game for both leagues. I mean, really, there's nobody in the American League that can compare to him as well. In the outfield, Bryce Harper, Charlie Blackmon, that's 2 of my guys. I have trouble with the third outfielder in the National League. I voted for Matt Kemp. I voted for Marcell Ozuna. I voted for Adam Duvall. Of course, the Cubs guys are up there, and none of them are actually deserving. Their numbers just aren't there. I mean, okay, I love Ben Zobrist, great guy, good Christian man, but he does not deserve to be 4th in All-Star voting in the National League, and then that's where he is. Kyle Schwarber's 8th. He's 2 places ahead of Adam Duvall, and he's hitting like 180. So he's 20 points below the Mendoza line, and yet he's pretty far up there in All-Star voting.
All right, so how do you fix it? We're talking to Greg Salyer, Major League Baseball, the All-Star guys. Some of those guys aren't deserving. It's a fan popular vote. You stuff the ballot box, you get your guy in. I get all that, but you're right. There are people there who don't deserve to get there, and there are people that are obviously deserving to be there that aren't. So it's really a catch-22. But to keep the fans, engaged, how do you do it? I mean, what's the answer?
Yeah, I mean, as long as there's going to be fan voting, it's going to be a popularity contest. It's just an unfortunate part of it. There's going to be some guys, and I love the fact that on the ballot now they do have their stats. You go online to vote, it has the stats, and you can compare all the players for all the positions. You can look at how many home runs, their batting average. You can look at all those things, even stolen bases. You can see all those things on the ballot before you cast your vote. So, they've tried to make everyone have the opportunity, at least, to be educated before they make a vote. But, some people are just going to say, well, I'm going to vote for my team, and, that's what they do. That's who they want to vote for, and they have that prerogative. So that unfortunately that's how it's going to be. And the Cubs have a lot of fans.
We're talking to Greg Salyer live, obviously on the screen. Major League Baseball update. He's joined by his shadow, Noah Wagner, who's with us today. And hey, Noah, how you doing? You like his beard?
Yeah, it looks good.
Looks sharp.
Yeah.
Chick magnet. So the babes are all over him like bees on honey. All right.
American League. You know, my guy, I've been voting for Wellington Castillo for the Orioles. I think he's had a great year. He's third right now. And, you know, I've got to say, I've voted for the other two guys, too. I voted for Salvador Perez a little bit. He's got good numbers. And early on, I was voting for Brian McCann because he had the best numbers. So, you know, it fluctuates. It changes. So one of those three are probably going to get it. Of course, Gary Sanchez is not out of it yet. The good thing is, in the American League, Yonder Alonso is now in first place among first basemen. This guy deserves to start the All-Star game as much as anybody. His numbers are better by far if you compare all of them than every other first baseman in the American League. So great to see that. I really didn't think it would happen. You know, Miguel Cabrera's second, Eric Hosmer's third. Those two guys have name recognition. Yonder Alonso does not. But right now I think the fans are getting it right in first base for the American League.
We're talking to our buddy Greg Salyer. We're live again at Chick-Fil-A. Our show brought to you by Grip Energy Drink with the sugar-free orange and sugar-free pink grapefruit now out on the market at Food City. Also, you got the lemon lime, pink grapefruit, root beer, the pineapple, and the white grape. I had the white grape today for the first time. It is awesome. Grip Energy Drink. Again, out at Food City, over 120 stores in 4 states. It is all natural ingredients, chock full of vitamin B and biotin and niacin, even vegan friendly. So, Grip Energy Drink. You see right here on the screen our title sponsor. And so, I want to say, again, appreciate them very much. Also, while Greg is catching his breath, let's run down our winners again to the tickets. We have Eric Castle from Pikeville, Kentucky, Karen Ingram from East Tennessee, Tony Marshall from East Tennessee, as well as Jordan Nelson, Alicia Phelps, Johnny Phillips, all from East Tennessee. Amber Smith won from Western North Carolina, Caitlin Sturgill from West Virginia, and Greg Taylor from East Tennessee. So those are the winners. Mr. Angi's in the house. So those are the winners again of the tickets for Bristol Dragway. So congratulations again. You have been notified as we speak via email how to get your tickets from Bristol Dragway. So thanks again to Bristol Dragway giving us over $800 for the tickets. Grab that chair right there. They won't care. Mr. Angie. Okay. Oh,
yeah, there you go.
Good. Feel like a doctor's office. Everybody's just waiting. So
yeah.
Did you see last night? The Twins beat the Mariners 20-7, 20 runs and 28 base hits. I said when you got here, I would ask, when was the last time a team had 28 hits in a 9-inning game? I mean, that's like batting practice.
That's twice in, I think, baseball history.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I don't remember anybody getting 28 hits in one game.
Yeah.
20-7.
I think the record's
Twins.
like 30. Is that right, Dave? 30 hits in a 9-inning game,
30.
I think's right. Yeah.
I was listening, by the way, I was listening to your team last night. I was listening to the Reds, and Marty was all over Billy Hamilton. 0 for 4 last night, 1 for 26. Why does Brian Price come? He's questioning him on the air, which I haven't heard him do in a long time. But he's all over him, and Brantley's all, because they've lost, 4 in a row? And they said, 5 in a row.
Yeah.
We sweep the Cardinals, go to the Dodgers, and get swept there, and said, I can take the Dodgers. And Marty says, I just don't understand how we're getting beat by San Diego. They are not a good ball club.
Well, I was getting notifications on my phone from that game, and okay, so Will Myers knocks in the first run.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, I'm okay with that. Yep. Will Myers was an all-star last year.
Yep.
He deserved to be there. But then I start seeing all these names popping up on my phone from guys I've never heard of who are scoring or driving in runs, and I'm thinking,
Cordero.
Really? Come on. So, yeah, it's tough to get beat by the Padres, especially 2 in a row.
The second home run, Brantley's calling. Marty's calling the play-by-play. He says, swung on, long drive. Jeez, another home run. I've never heard Marty Brennan do that. He's the Hall of Fame announcer for the Reds. So they're playing this afternoon, the getaway game. Then they come back home to the Dodgers, who, by the way, had Clayton Kershaw cranked out his 9th win. He's 9-2. So he has the best chance, I guess, being the first 10-game winner in Major League Baseball. Kershaw, again, the numbers yesterday for Kershaw, 7 innings, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, scattered 6 hits, picks up the W. Your boy, by the way, how you say it?
Puig.
Puig.
Yeah.
He flipped off the crowd, so that's always nice.
Yeah.
Puig had a home run, and so he's going around the bases. He gave him the West Virginia salute, so that's always nice. That's class.
That is. That's classic.
All right. Oh, I cut in on your All-Star.
That's all right. You know, we're at second base for American League. Jose Altuve's leading. You can make a good argument for him. I voted for Starlin Castro. I think the numbers are just a little better. Third base, Miguel Sano for the Twins. You know, he's one of the reasons they are where they are. Shortstop, Carlos Correa for the Astros is leading. I voted for Gene Segura for quite a while until he got hurt, and now it appears he will not be playing in the All-Star game, so I stopped voting for him. Designated hitter, I've been voting for Corey Dickerson. You know, I like the kid. I think his numbers are good. And, of course, Nelson Cruz is there, and he's having a great season as well. In the outfield, Aaron Judge, just phenomenal player for a rookie, and, deserves to be there. Mike Trout had been getting my votes. Of course, now I heard this morning Mike Trout is saying that he may be back before the All-Star break. That's quite a surprise, but I guess it's possible. But I've not been voting for him since he got hurt. I just, feel like someone else needs to be there. So my vote's been going to George Springer since then, who is third in All-Star game voting. And then I've been casting a lot of votes for this Avisel Garcia from the White Sox, who's putting up some really good numbers this year. So that's my picks, and, we'll see what happens the next time the votes are announced.
Edison Volquez, the Miami Marlins, playing as we speak down in Florida. I'll give you an update on that one. So they're underway down in Miami. I would think it'd be a steam bath in Miami on a Wednesday afternoon, a day game. So Reds have got a getaway game. They can't get away quick enough out of San Diego. But Marty Brennan says, here's the pitch, long drive. Geez, another home run.
You got to love Marty. Yeah.
Down on the Reds. And deservedly, they're not playing well, so understandably so. I don't know if it's deserved, but understandably so.
It's deserved. No, it's deserved. A lot of times the things that Marty, he's a baseball guy, he knows what he's talking about, and so he's been on target with a lot of the things that he has questions with the Reds.
Coming up, my man Dave Angi's in the house. Thud is here. We're going to talk to Thud coming up from Johnson City Press. We're live here again at Chick-Fil-A, The Crossings. Again, it is lunchtime. Don't forget the watermelon mint lemonade. Have you had that yet, Noah? No.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, baby. You got to get that.
You got to get one of those.
The watermelon mint lemonade. And again, this sandwich is out of this world. As Connie says, the bacon's like candy. There it is. Let's see. The Smokehouse barbecue bacon sandwich, grilled chicken with brown sugar and pepper blend bacon, cheese and Colby Jack cheese and Smokehouse barbecue sauce on a toasted sweet yeast bun. Woo! Hit the bell. Here on President's Day 2017. By the way, our president, it's not President's Day, it's Flag Day, but our president's having a birthday. Donald Trump.
Yes.
71 today. President Trump's happy birthday to a man who can't do anything right. I don't care what the guy does. If he goes out and throws Frisbee on the White House lawn, they're going to be mad because he's on the grass. They're going to be mad because he's throwing the Frisbee. They're going to be mad because the Frisbee is the wrong color. It's not politically correct. I don't care what the guy does. It's wrong. I've never seen it. I picked up the paper Sunday, and I'm not lying to you, 3 pages of what Trump's doing wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Trump's this, Trump that. And, the guy before him was clueless, but he did no wrong. But
yeah.
I'm going to leave it alone. So, anyway.
And, let me go a step further with what you just said. Mm-hmm. Leave his son alone.
Yeah.
He's 10 years old.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
They're on his 10-year-old kid. They're on her.
Yeah.
So, what Daddy used to say when you're pointing fingers is 4 coming back at you.
That's
Make
right.
sure your house is in order before you start pointing. But anyway.
That's right.
And also on this day, too, back in 1954, President Eisenhower went in and put into the Pledge of Allegiance, one nation under God, which I thought was cool. I always thought Eisenhower did a whole lot more than he got credit for as a president. So it is Flag Day. It is President Trump's birthday. And this is the day in 54 that President Eisenhower made sure that one nation under God was included in the Pledge of Allegiance. So there you go. All right. Wrapping this thing up, we got our top round one. Who we got?
We got to talk about the draft for just a second. Royce Lewis was the number 1 pick this year. That was a little bit of a surprise. He was not one that I had seen go number 1 in the mock drafts. He was in the top 5, but I thought Brendan McKay would probably be the one that would go number 1 from University of Louisville. He ended up going number 4 to the Tampa Bay Rays. They drafted him as a first baseman. He can pitch or play first, and they took him as a first baseman. But the Twins took Royce Lewis, high school shortstop out of California. Number 2, the Reds got the man that they wanted. They were going to take him no matter what. Hunter Green, and the guy who has been called the best right-handed high school pitcher prospect in the draft era. He throws 102 miles an hour as a high school pitcher.
This is Hunter Green, the one the Reds
Hunter
got?
Green, the one the Reds
Well, they
got.
could use him because they brought Singrani out of the bullpen last night. It was BP, baby. They were lighting him up like a Christmas tree. So
so they got the guy. I mean, if they'd had the number 1 pick, this is the guy they would have taken. As long as he was available, this is the guy they wanted. He's committed to UCLA, but with the money he'll get as a number 2 pick, he'll sign with the Reds. And probably 2-3 years, we may be seeing him in Cincinnati.
What are the chances we'll see these guys, Twins, of course, Elizabeth, and when we see this guy, what's the chance we'll see him in Elizabeth to start the season?
Probably, since he's a high school player, pretty good. You know, they've got to sign him still, so it may not be at the beginning of the season, might be toward the end, but I'd say pretty good chance that high school number 1 pick may go to the Elizabethan Twins.
There you go. So we got Cincinnati Reds Hunter Green, we got the Padres Mackenzie Gore of Whitesville, North Carolina. Let's rattle off these others real quick.
Yeah, Brendan McKay for the Tampa Bay Rays went
Tampa Bay
forward.
Rays, University of Louisville, and from Vanderbilt, the Braves pick Kyle Wright. So
Vanderbilt continues to crank out pitchers.
Yes.
And good pitchers.
Like Reed Hayes from Johnson City, right?
Right.
Played Johnson City, came out of the bullpen for Vanderbilt, and had a heck of a year. And so, yes, it's good stuff going on. So what's going on in the church house this Sunday?
It's Father's Day. We're going to be talking about Sons of God this week from Galatians chapter 3, so verses 23 through 29. Pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
Should
Sons
be
of God
good.
At the old church house. Do I get to keep this?
You can keep it, absolutely.
So nice. So all-star voting. Right now, who's your 20 seconds. Who's your MVP right now in the American League and the National League?
National League, I would probably pick Ryan Zimmerman at this point. No, the Nationals.
I mean the Nationals?
Yeah, putting up great numbers. Of course, Nationals are winning big. He would probably be my guy. American League, Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge.
You know, I might have said Trout before he got hurt because he was putting up just as good of numbers. But, you know, it's hard to pick a rookie for MVP, but he's got the numbers. He's putting up and his team's winning.
A 496-foot bomb over the weekend that cleared the bleachers at Yankee Stadium. Guys, 6'7", phenom. They've got shirts out now that says, excuse me, the Yankees come to town, says, "Here comes the Judge," because the Judge is in the house. He's living up to it.
Oh yeah.
So
absolutely. That's my two
something
guys.
to eat.
All right.
You getting any work out of Noah today?
Hopefully we will.
So to this point, we have it. It's 12:30, so we're hoping maybe the rest of the day gets
the rest of the day is going to be good.
First part of the day.
That last hour, you know, he really cranks it up.
He flips that switch from 4 to 5. He gets after it. That's it for the last 38 minutes of the workday. That's great.
It.
Quick break. We'll be right back. We're live at Chick-Fil-A. Thuds in the house. Dave Angie from the Johnson City Press and the Tom Doe Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-Fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-Fil-A. Chick-Fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us again. Let's run down those winners one more time. Eric Castle out of Pikeville, Kentucky. Karen Ingram, East Tennessee. Mary Markham, I'm not sure where 394 area code is, but Mary does. She's a winner. Tony Marshall, East Tennessee. Jordan Nelson, East Tennessee. Alicia Phelps, East Tennessee. Johnny Phillips, East Tennessee. Amber Smith, area code Western North Carolina. Caitlin Sturgill, area code Almost Heaven, West Virginia. Greg Taylor, East Tennessee, and you have already gotten your email instructions as to how to get your tickets from the ticket office at Bristol Dragway. So again, congratulations, and we thank you for that. And so we got another giveaway starting very soon, and then which is a non-racing giveaway. And then we're going to switch gears because we're 66 days away from the Bass Pro Shop NRA Night Race. There's a buddy Thud on the screen. Dave Angie from the Johnson City Press. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
I'm okay, Tom.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
A little surly today. Came in and I'm not sure. I wouldn't say pouting. But he's a little reserved. I said, what's the problem? He just said, Michael Worley.
I got a little, here's what bothered me, because I was watching the Tom Taylor Show the other day, which everybody should do. It's good entertainment.
Thank you.
Morgan's Investor Group. Michael Worley, you're over there interviewing him. He's a fine young man, and coached my daughter in T-ball and did a phenomenal job, a wonderful job. And the question was posed to him, and Michael, he's a thoughtful guy, right? The kind of guy you want in handling your mortgage.
Yes.
Because he's thoughtful. That's what I would say about him. He's a thoughtful guy. You asked him, so where do you think my daughter Fiona? Where do you think she gets her athletic ability from? Do you think it comes from mom or dad? The man did not blink. He said, "Oh, mom. It comes from mom."
Mom's talent.
It's like you asked him, "Do you want some of that pepper bacon at Chick-Fil-A, or you want a root canal?" He answered it that fast. That's what bothered me a little bit.
Hurts a little bit, didn't it?
Hey, it kind of injured my pride, but I'm okay. I'll soldier through. But
bruised the ego a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, but no, it was.
Mrs. Angie probably enjoyed it, I would think.
She did, yeah. And to her credit, she helped with the team all year, and actually, she put together the lineup for the tournament, and that lineup scored a lot of runs. So I can't argue too much. That's probably where that came from. So
a team mom, right?
Yep.
Mrs. Angie.
She did well.
Where did your daughter play? What position did she play?
She wound up. She played pretty much all over the infield. I think in the tournament she played infield mostly. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did a good job. She hits it. That's a big thing. So
strokes the ball.
She
so
does.
Trophy's been given out. Season over. We got All-Stars. Are we done now?
We are done, and I'm one of the few people in the family now without a trophy. As you're aware, I lost Milo. I had to hand it to my mother on this show, and now my daughter has a T-ball championship trophy, and my mantle is empty at the moment. So
your wife gets credit for all the talent for your daughter.
Yeah.
She's got a trophy. You ain't got squat. So
yeah.
You had to give yours to your mom.
Yeah.
Who, I will say this, I didn't know what to expect with his mom coming over. She got sent right there, and we flipped that camera on, and she was on it. She wore you out.
She really did. She really did. She got in a year's worth right there in about 10 minutes. But
it played well in Georgia, right? People enjoyed it down there.
It did. It did. I'll be down there in a couple weeks. I'll get some more of it. It's hard times, Tom. Hard times. So.
Oh, I love this guy. Dave Hodges with the Johnson City Press, and it is Thunder Valley Nationals. We had Tommy Johnson Jr. on earlier in the show, who is the defending funny car champ from a year ago. He's in town. Tomorrow we got Clay Milliken going to be with us, joining us. And so a lot of interest, should be a lot of interest. Had Tommy on early today. Sometimes with the NASCAR guys, I'll be honest with you, sometimes every week is the track of the week. We love coming to XYZ track. Tommy Johnson says, look, and he said it on the show, and he said it to me off air, he said, we, NHRA, love the hospitality, love how we're treated here in Bristol. We love the fan response and the support. He said, this is one. He said, I had a guy ask me, I think he was down in Texas early in the year, somewhere there's out. Yeah, he said he was in Texas. He's at this track, and he says, you know, if you could go to one, where would you go? This is a fan, not a media guy. He said, no question, I go to Bristol, to the Thunder Valley National. So that's the kind of respect this race has with the NHRA family. They're coming to town this weekend. There's a lot of buzz in there.
Yeah, definitely so. And I talked to Antron Brown and Sean Langdon this morning, a couple of top fuel guys. And, of course, Brown's the two-time defending champ and points leader right now. And, you know, but Bristol, you know, here's a guy that Bristol has not been a good track to him. He's won a ton of races. Of course, you know, like I said, 3 championships to his credit over the course of his career. But he's had bad luck at Bristol every time he's been here. You know, he's had fast cars, good equipment, and for one reason or another, he just cannot get in the winner's circle here at Bristol. And even with bad luck here, you know, he can't help but say how much he loves Bristol. You know, he said, I just love this place. I love this track. It's just, I always look forward to coming here, even though it doesn't love me back. I love this track and the environment and this weekend coming up. So, you know, and Sean Langdon was echoed, you know, he echoed the same things. He is a guy that's won here a lot, obviously, but still, he was talking from the fans' perspective, how cool it is to come here. Just the environment, you know, just the way that track is kind of a natural amphitheater there. You got a couple hills there just beyond the finish line, and you know, it's just a beautiful place to come spend a weekend. And I think when you're looking for the success of this event and how ticket sales are always through the roof at this place, and you know, the placement on Father's Day weekend, I don't think could be any better. I think that's why the success has been the way it is, and it's really a cool place, and we all look forward to going there as media as well.
I thought it was great. I asked him on the interview earlier in the show. I said, Tommy, grade NHRA right now. I mean, you know, and he said, well, the TV package is perfect with Fox. He said, you know, we've got all kinds of publicity and added awareness because of the TV package. But I thought he made a great point. He said, you know, it really plays into our society now because everybody's trying to shorten everything.
Yeah.
NASCAR, baseball, NFL. He said, our sport, 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds, you're down the dragway, parachutes are out. He said people love that because it's quick, it's short. We don't waste any time in between fixing the engines. It's very little downtime. You know, it's pretty quick. He said, I think that plays well for our sport and our society today. And I thought, I never thought of it that way, but he's right. People want everything shorter, quicker, attention spans less, and NHRA plays into that perfectly.
Yeah, and the thing is, you're looking at, you know, kind of the pure fans of other sports, like pure racing fans or pure baseball fans, and they're watching their sports like NASCAR and Major League Baseball, which you mentioned, those two, having to try to adapt and try to adjust and try to change things that have been going the same way, you know, for 50 to 100 years, depending on the sport. You know, they're trying to change it to fit into what society wants, whereas society's just coming to NHRA because with the attention spans getting shorter, I mean, you know, it just plays right into their hands of what they already have. They don't have to change anything, and I think it's leading to a lot of growth in the series if you look at it in the way it's been going, and I definitely agree with that. And I think you know, you look at the level of competition as well. You know, I was talking to Antron Brown today, and He's, like I say, 2 championships in a row. But this year, he said they have more round wins so far to this point than they've had in either of their 2 championship seasons. And he just inched into the points lead. He said the competition's so tight that he's had to perform at a much higher level just to be where he was at last year. So, when competition gets tighter, it comes down to smaller things, and it adds more drama and more excitement into what is already a very fast-paced and exciting sport.
Again, tickets available 423 Bristol, BristolTix.com. Tickets available for Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll do this giveaway $800 worth of tickets by the courtesy and the compliments of Bristol Dragway for the Saturday race. Got the 10 winners we announced earlier, but tickets are still available for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But again, it is limited seating. It is not like the circle track. I think you're maxed out at 20, 25, 26,000, jammed up in jelly tight. So you want to get there Friday night. Hall of Fame inductee will be Doug Herbert. You talked about that last week. And then, of course, the Forces are in town, and John and Courtney and Brittany. So this is the one stop. They come all year long to Bristol. Thunder Valley Nationals, BristolTix.com or 423 Bristol to get your tickets. And again, I wouldn't procrastinate. I mean, it already is Wednesday. It starts in 2 days. So I'd get on that today if you were having plans to get up to Bristol to watch the Drags coming up this weekend. Talking to Dave Angie of the John City Press. We switch gears a little bit, and where do we want to go? Let's talk a little college football. What are you hearing out there on the grapevine right now? Anything?
It's interesting, the story I've kind of been following. Jim Harbaugh, we've talked about Jim Harbaugh a lot, putting a lot of pressure on with these satellite camps and everything going on. And you're starting to get the counterpunch from people now. And what has happened most recently was, LSU has kind of closed the state of Louisiana for business. They were some of the smaller schools in the state who were going to be hosting satellite camps featuring the University of Texas, and Tom Herman, who's always recruited Louisiana very well, during his time at Houston. He's also a guy that spurned LSU to go to Texas. So he's at Texas now, and he's wanting to come in there, run 3 satellite camps in the state, and, of course, recruit prospects as he kind of, teaches kids and, does his football drills and everything else. So LSU and state legislators, and people from the lawmakers in the state of Louisiana have basically shut those camps down and closed Louisiana for business, anybody outside the state. So, that affects obviously Michigan and Texas and some of the other schools that were going to come in and try to participate in those camps. There's a little bit of jealousy, I think, on the LSU side. It's like Tom Herman didn't come here. We're not going to let him come in with his new school and recruit our kids, or at least we're not going to make it easy on him to do that. And then you have Hal Mumme, who used to be the coach at Kentucky and is now coaching a Division II team in the state of Louisiana, who says, hey, all this is doing is it is preventing the vast majority of these kids that are never going to play in a Power 5 conference. It's costing them a chance to get exposure with programs in smaller schools who would be able to say, hey, I didn't know this kid. He wasn't on our radar. Let's give him a scholarship. So he pretty much called out LSU for not having the best interest of the high school athletes in the whole state of Louisiana in their interest, not having those interests in mind. And so it's an interesting battle that's brewing down there right now. And just it seems we've gotten to the point with college football now with these satellite camps and the controversy that there's just no off season. It just percolates all year long.
Talking to Dave Angie of the John City Press. It's an interesting story coming out of the university, or coming out of Louisiana. So, and of course Harbaugh and the folks. And I've looked at some of the other sports news and other college football notes, and we've got a story about Jonathan Crompton, how his some Tennessee fan came up and told his mom and him wished he got killed in a car wreck. After a game one night. I'm thinking, I guess people would be that callous and that cold-hearted to say something like that, but that's way, way over the top, and I'm sure it's an isolated incident. Not everybody thinks that way, but still, if it happened one time, that's totally uncalled for. So,
and here's the thing: is people will look at that and say Tennessee fans are knuckleheads. This is what people are going to say. It'd be easy for me to do that because I'm a Michigan fan, but I know this. And if everybody's honest about their own fan base, there's 5%. Of every fan base, we know our knuckleheads. I know mine. Just on Twitter, I know some Michigan fans that are flat out knuckleheads, and I'm going to admit it. And I'll give Tennessee the benefit of the doubt. I know the vast majority of the fan base. It's fun to watch at these. There's a lot of events always around our region where a former Vol will come back, and it doesn't matter how long ago it was or whether the guy was on a national championship team or an 8-win football team. People, by and large, it's always impressed me about Tennessee fans, respect the guys from the past and what they did for the program and really revere them well into their 50s and 60s, and that's a cool thing. And I hope most fan bases are that way.
Hope they are as well. Again, the NFL mini camps are cranking up. Some of the OTAs, some of the notables. I mean, guys are not showing up. Beckham, I think he did, he didn't, he wasn't. I think he finally did show up. Le'Veon Bell saw where he's going to skip the mini camp with the Steelers because he's not quite ready yet. Oliver Luck said he may skip their camp for the Colts. He's not quite ready yet, so it is Oliver Luck, isn't it?
Andrew
Luck. I'm sorry. Not
Oliver hung him up a while back.
Yeah,
that's his dad. That's
Andrew
okay.
Luck. I'm sorry.
I do that all the time.
I knew it didn't sound right when I said it. Andrew Luck again said he may or may not be ready to go. So, it's got to be frustrating for a pro football franchise to go draft these guys, get them, pay them the money they want. You think they're ready to go, and then get on an ego kick and say, "I'm going to hold out." I mean, some of these guys, you're talking about knuckleheads, they get a contract extension, and every year they come back and say, "No, we just gave you a contract extension." "Nope, I'm going to hold out for more money." And it happens all the time with these guys. So I would think as a pro football ownership and management, it would become increasingly difficult to get them all out on the field at the same time because a lot of them hold out. A lot of them say they're going to, not do as they say unless they make more money. So is it just me, or would it be tough to try and run a pro football franchise?
We're coming to the end of what has seemed like a never-ending cycle of growth for the NFL, and the problem with that for team owners and players is, you give a guy an extension, you make him the highest paid at his position, and the next year, with the increase in revenue and TV money, they add all that into the pool of money they pay the players. So somebody that may not have as good of numbers, 2 or 3 of those players will leapfrog that guy. And then he said, "Man, I got ripped off signing my deal last year, so I'm going to hold out again. We're going to see if we can do this again." And, I really do feel for football players in the sense that your career in that sport is so short. Major League Baseball, once you're a guy that's a star, you can play 20 years. Guys in NASCAR, at this point with the safety of the cars, which is, credit to that sport, those guys can drive into their early 40s. They're going to make their money. But, with the NFL, we've seen guys, superstars, 2 years later, they're out, and you never hear from them again, and they've pretty much lost their earning opportunity. So I understand trying to, kind of make your money when you have the chance and strike when the iron's hot. But, I feel for the teams as well. And what's going to be interesting, we talked about this in relation to NASCAR a few weeks back. We're getting to the point where this TV money is going to start to retract because, this NASCAR deal, I can tell you already those networks are sorry they ever signed that. And that was at a time when they thought that if you put sports on your television networks, since it happens live and people don't, record it or DVR it or TiVo it or whatever people are doing to stuff nowadays, that you're going to be pretty much safe with ratings. And here we're watching it, continue to recede. So they're taking a bath on this. The next round of deals, TV-wise, that these leagues sign are going to be much smaller, which means the pool of money is going to be much smaller. The only professional sport we've seen this happen to in recent years has been the NHL, when they had the holdout, and all of a sudden guys are overnight making a lot less money than they were before when they had to sign the new TV deal. So, it's going to start to, we're kind of at the end of the cycle now, and I think there's part of that going into this, where guys are trying to get their money now before the bottom possibly falls out of the TV money that's going into these sports at this point.
Well, and I talked about this earlier in the show. You got NASCAR, great clips, or sport clips dropping away from Casey Kane. Danica Patrick losing her ride with the Nature's Bakery, and they got Aspen Dental right now. It's kind of a piecemeal. You saw, Matt Kenseth lost one of his big sponsors.
Yep.
So, they're pulling away. The stands are empty with NASCAR, with the exception of Bristol. Bristol always has pretty good crowds, and they're anticipating a huge crowd coming up for the fall race on all 3 nights of racing. But, you take a step back, and you're exactly right. NASCAR is hurting.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to fix it. I guess when Ryan Blaney wins and Austin Dillon wins and get some of these young bucks winning, Kyle Larson wins, all first-time winners, that's going to help. But money drives the bus, and if nobody's watching the races on TV, then the sponsors are getting their bang for the buck. I mean, it's just like a domino effect. So you're exactly right. NFL's pretty healthy. NASCAR is not healthy. How do you fix it? We're going to get into the NASCAR segment here in a second with the points, but if you are the Francis in NASCAR, in fact, I ran into a guy last night I was talking to him. He said the problem with it, they've put so many rules and regs in, the fans are just checked out because they're overruled and overregulated. They change every week. They change every track. The downforce package in Kentucky is going to be different than one in Darlington, so on and so forth. So they keep monkeying everything. So you're the commissioner of NASCAR, if you will. You're the Francis. You're the president. How do you fix it?
Well, I think it's a little bit tougher with NASCAR because none of these tracks has the benefit of a home team. I mean, you have to, and you know how it is with Bristol. They've got to draw from all 50 states. They've got to really get a good turnout from Ohio and Michigan, and so it's related so much to the economy based on, can people afford to travel down and camp or stay in hotels for 3 days to do a race weekend? It's a little bit different. Say you're the Carolina Panthers. I mean, you're drawing from the Charlotte area, so your list of problems or hurdles that you have to overcome to get fans through the gates are a lot smaller. You have to interest fans in your city with your hometown team. Now with NASCAR, the whole thing has to be attractive enough to pull people from 500, 600 miles away, to come camp or to come stay in a hotel and put out a lot of money on food and everything else to enjoy a race weekend. So, I don't know how you fix that. I think that part of it's, a little bit tough. They're going to have to really think outside the box. I don't know if midweek races at some point are going to be an answer, maybe shortening the season a little bit. And definitely they need to look at those rules, the competition standpoint. I think also they need to find a way to really up the amount of personality that they get out of their drivers, because I think that if you don't capture the imagination of people with your drivers, it's going to be hard to ever get them emotionally invested into the sport. In an era that we've had reality television now for 20 years, people are used to getting invested in the emotional side of things. And if your drivers aren't as outspoken and are worried about maybe offending and losing sponsors that are increasingly hard to find, it's going to make to where you have more bland drivers in the car, and that's going to turn people off as well. So just a lot of things. It's multifaceted. It's a tough deal. If it were an easy fix, there's enough people there that are smart enough where they would have fixed it by now. It's just something where they're just going to have to really work on it for a long period of time to get it turned around.
We make a great point. On Dave Vaughn, you see on the screen, we're winding this thing down here. Chick-Fil-A, the crossings in North Johnson City. Tomorrow will be a champion. And then on Friday we'll be at Phil's Dream Pit. Again, the quest for perfect barbecue will be there. Monday we're going to be at the Fellowship of Christian Athletes Golf Tournament at the Ridges. Tuesday we're going to be Hardee's at a Hardee's store coming up. Don't know which one. We'll be at Hardee's broadcasting live. Then next Wednesday go back into the regular Wednesday, Thursday, Friday scenario with Chick-fil-A, Champion, and a Food City next week on a Friday. But again, this Friday we'll be at Phil's Dream Pit. So having said all that, you look at you made a great point. When they come to a NASCAR race, you got 43 fan bases, basically 43 drivers. So you got to do something. Yeah. And that's why Bristol does such a good job, I think, of creating everything over and above a race.
Yeah.
Because you got to get 43 fan bases to plunk down that money to drive in here, coming from all 50 states. And in the fall, it's usually double-digit number of countries, particularly Australia has a big contingency come to Bristol. But you come up with something to keep 43 fan bases, particularly ones that aren't doing well. You got Paul Menard, or you pick somebody that's Danica Patrick, somebody that's struggling in the points. You got to do something. They go, we got to come to Bristol. We got to go to a NASCAR race. Bristol does it well, but NASCAR as a whole does not do it well, apparently, because you can see not just a few seats empty. We're talking sections of empty seats in NASCAR. Yeah. So you made a great point. 43 different fan bases. Unlike a football game, you show up, and if it's Ohio State and Michigan, you got to know who's going to be. You got two fan bases that are passionate. Here you got 43 different fan bases, and some of them aren't very good, not very successful. So you got to make sure you got something for everybody to want to come to the track, and I think Bristol does a great job of that.
Yeah, they do. And that's Bristol controls what they can control. I mean, you can't. They've even gone above and beyond and tried to fix some of the competition problems where we've seen a lack of passing and everything by trying to putting some rosin down on the track to facilitate passing on the bottom, which I thought led to great racing. So they've gone above and beyond on the competition standpoint, but you got to face the fact that most tracks around the circuit, they have no say at all in competition, but they all do have a say on what are you going to have to draw people in, and it has to be above and beyond racing because as good as the racing could potentially be, man, it's hard to invest that kind of money just to come and see a really good auto race. At this point, if you look at Bristol with what they do with the music, what they do with the family entertainment, and everything going on around the track, that doesn't cost you an extra nickel. You just have to show up, and it's there. I mean, you can from morning till night. You'll have something to do here. You'll have great food. You'll have great entertainment, great stuff going on. And I think that has helped their attendance stay up a bit, especially in August, which is just an absolute spectacle. I think, if there was a perfect world, possibly moving Bristol into May or June where they could have 2 night races, I think that would be just phenomenal. I think that would help the attendance on the first race. But to your point, yeah, I mean, what they do is they control what they can control, and they add as much bang for the buck as possible. And I think when you look at the results that they get, that's the reason why. And I think other tracks could learn a lot from that.
We're talking to our buddy Dave Angie again from the Johnson City Press. Points, you're heading off to Michigan. Joey Logano, the defending champ of the race from a year ago in Michigan. Big track, fast track. They like driving. The drivers love Michigan because you can put the pedal to the metal. Points, you got Truex Jr. with a single-point lead over Kyle Larson in the Cup Series, and you've got Allgaier with a single-point lead over Elliott Sadler in the Xfinity Series. So you would think that right there would create some interest and create some folks wanting to come out to watch the races, and we'll see if it translates into that this weekend in Michigan. But pretty tight race up top in both series.
Yeah, definitely. I think the major thing, though, is, Jimmy Johnson talked about this a few weeks back about the rule book being so tight that we all go the same speed, we can't pass each other. Ryan Newman years ago said the same thing, with the car tomorrow, and that's been a problem that still plagues him. Even though the car looks better now, it doesn't perform as well as the previous cars before the car tomorrow because they can't pass. I mean, there's just no way around each other, and that's the one big thing from a competition standpoint NASCAR has to fix. And by creating that lower groove, I think Bristol's really done a lot. And I thought the race in April was the most exciting, flag to flag that I've seen, man, in years. I think you got to go back to the early 2000s to think of another, to see another race that was as exciting as that. So, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of the ball is in NASCAR's court on the competition standpoint, and the points race may be tight, but if you're not seeing a lot of green flag passing, I think that's trouble for the sport. One thing, though, that I think is a positive is we did see some excitement and some passing near the end of the last races at Pocono, with Keselowski making a last lap pass there for the win, and Blaney, of course, coming from what seemed like nowhere to get the Wood brothers another win. That's the stuff you just got to keep building on it. You got to build some momentum from that. Got to find a way to keep working with the downforce until these cars can pass each other, and clean air isn't as important as it is.
I had a guy tell me yesterday he thought NASCAR's become nothing more than a glorified IROC race because they're all the same. It's all cookie cutter, and it's pretty cool up there. When we were in the rain delay in the spring race, I went back and pulled an old this is totally blank. What's the name of the race in the spring? Rain burp.
It was it the first? It was the first Food City.
The Valladale.
Or was it
first Food City 500?
Yeah, it was back early '90s, maybe '92 or something. I watched that as well. Yeah.
Rain burp, but they had it up on the big screen. Had all these different cars. They looked different. They were styled different, and everybody knew that's petty, and that because they all just look different.
Yeah.
And so, this guy told me yesterday it's a glorified IROC race, no right, wrong, or indifferent. So, bottom line is it's easy for me to sit and analyze it, but NASCAR's got to make a change. But in Bristol, things are going pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. But, I'll say this, and I'm far from an engineer. I happen to be a guy that learned the English language just well enough to where they let me write for a living. But beyond that, I don't have much skill. So I'm not an engineer. But I would say there's got to be a way they can take the cockpit of these cars, like the driver compartment, and say, okay, this is going to be uniform, and then send it to the manufacturers and say, you can't tinker with any of this because this is what keeps the driver safe. Now, around that, build whatever you want to go fast. And I was watching the super late models race up there, and those cars were so light when they had that event, the U.S. Short Track Nationals a while back. They could do things in those race cars that the Cup cars could never even dream of doing. And I think there's a way that you can keep the safety, but you can bring back the competition between the different manufacturers and also to where they're passing each other. You have a car maybe that dominates for 2 months. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. A lot of people don't like Golden State and Cleveland playing for the finals 3 years in a row because, there's no parity in the sport. But they have the highest ratings since Michael Jordan and the Bulls in the late 90s. Yeah. People don't turn in to watch mediocre, where everybody's mediocre. People tune in to see the dynasties. They tune in to see greatness because you get to see that in sports where you don't get to see it everywhere else in life. And that captures people's imagination. You need to allow certain race cars and race teams to be great, to be better than everybody, and then say, okay, everybody else needs to go catch them. And that's competition, and I think that's what's missing from NASCAR.
That's why they tune in to the Tom Miller Sports Show every Wednesday at 12:30 because we got greatness right here. This is my man Dave Angie. Does a good job in closing here. What are you writing on this week?
NHRA from here on out, big time. And Antron Brown this morning, talked to him. If you get a chance, if you're going to the races, go down to Antron Brown's pit, because he is the nicest, most high-energy guy. You won't be sorry. You'll be a fan of his when you walk away, because he's a great guy. Always been one of my favorites to interview. I talked to Sean Langdon as well. I'm going to have a preview in Friday's paper for the NHRA, have some features over the weekend. I'm sure I'm going to end up sitting down with John Force at some point, which is always an adventure. Then, of course, we'll cover the racing on through Sunday, so it'll be a fun weekend.
You hungry?
Man, I could eat.
Does the cow give milk? Of course it can eat. He's our buddy, Dave Angie. Great job.
All right, man.
Love
Enjoyed
having
it.
this guy come every week. I look forward to Wednesday at 12:30. He does a phenomenal job. Before we get out of here, let's again one more time show you the winners of our tickets. Speaking of Thunder Valley Nationals, these all got $80 worth of tickets, couple of 2 tickets per person. Again, these are grandstand passes, also pit passes, as Dave said, to get down in the pits and meet Mr. Brown and Mr. Force and Ms. Force and all the folks that are a part of this great weekend at Bristol. Eric Castle, Pikeville, Kentucky. Karen Ingram, Mary Markham, Tony Marshall, Jordan Nelson, all from East Tennessee. Also Alicia Phelps, Johnny Phillips from East Tennessee. Amber Smith from Western North Carolina. Caitlin Sturgill from West Virginia. And Greg Taylor from East Tennessee. Those are our winners of the tickets. So, excuse me. So congratulations. Congratulations to those folks. Appreciate them very much. And again, that will take care of our show for today. Again, want to say thanks to our folks that came by. That'll be our buddy, obviously, Dave Angie from the Johnson City Press. Love having him on the show. He does a phenomenal job, as does everybody else. Michael Bates, again, thank you, my friend, for, let's get him. Yeah, he said, I'm done. Get me off camera, so I got you. My contract says, when I'm done, get me off. Okay. Michael Bates from the Red, Black, and Blue race for Ian, coming up Saturday morning at Trinity Church. Tommy Johnson Jr., the NHRA driver, of course, the defending winner of the Funny Car series from our Funny Car category from last year. Greg Salyer, Major League Baseball update. Great job as always. And, of course, my man Angie here again from the Johnson City Press. Tomorrow, full plate. We got them lined up ready to go tomorrow. Carmichael, Kevin Harmon, Tennessee football. Again, Clay Milliken, one of the NHRA drivers, going to be with us by phone. We got some more surprises for you tomorrow. Then Friday, we got a full plate as well. We'll be again Friday coming up at Phil's Dream Pit, again off the Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26.
She's waiting to eat. She's ready to eat, man. Did you see that look?
104, she's up there like, Dad, really? Are you done? I'm hungry.
I don't know if the athletic ability comes from her mom, but that look comes from her mom.
You get that look every now and then, don't you? Oh yeah, like, David, really? So when your wife gets mad, she call you David?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Among other things.
Yeah, if I'm lucky.
Hey. Yeah. Mrs. Angie's not here to defend herself. Hey, we're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours, and we'll rejoin you again tomorrow at 11 o'clock from Champion Chevrolet in the Bristol Motor Mile in Johnson City. And as always, we'll tell you, win or lose, be a good sport. So long, everybody, from Chick-Fil-A here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink.